morning time where I'm at. I don't know about y'all, but anyways, about to get to some work. Let me turn this camera around. The KTM here, got the turbo Dodge and the Bear. What more could you want, right? Impala back there. Good time. I'll put this camera here and start doing some work on this KTM. Get this front forks off it and stuff. Go ahead and start breaking it down. Seals are coming. I'll check it in a minute, see if there's any comments to respond to. I'm sure there will be. Let me go ahead and get some of this stuff done. Yeah, you watching there? Doing fork seals and brake pads. So they tell me. Okay, come on. Must have a ridge on the rubber or something back there. Never had the caliper off it yet. Okay, I'll have to. Once I got to get the pads out of it first, it's fine. It's all blown out. I took the fork seals out of it last ride. Really beat on it on the front end pretty hard. Oh, looks like I need a little cotter key right there. What everybody else's Saturday morning is like. Probably pretty good, I reckon. Got one person. Howdy, one person. Here, let me turn that so you can also wonder why there's a twin turbo Dodge right behind the KTM getting worked on. I'm sure people will wonder a little bit more about that. I do these lives because it seems like people enjoy it. After a while, these things get like 17,000 views, 40,000 views, all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool. Apparently, a lot of folks like to see people doing random stuff in their garage with race cars and motorcycles, apparently. Once there's a bunch of people on here, we'll get into talking about last night's cruise. That went really nice. Getting this thing ready for Sunday. Come on. Flimsy little cotter key in here. Gosh, everything's so small on a bike compared to cars. Replace that key. Cotter key. Come on. Come on. Well, it wasn't coming out easy. That's good, right? The brakes weren't about to fall out or nothing. A bunch of crud and junk in here. Come out, come out. Brake pads. Come on now. Ah, hey, help. Getting down there pretty tough. These are OEM pads. Maybe. Hard to tell. Yep, there's Brembo on it. Probably is. I'm sure the rotor that ain't the night. Oh, it's got a little ridge there. That's why I was arguing. Got a little ridge. Rotor's probably getting pretty low, but if it ain't warped yet, I'm not replacing it. But I know next time around I do pads, I'll need, I'm sure, rotors. And I'm going to do sprockets and chain here too soon. Put this stuff where it goes. Okay. Put the bolts back in the holes there. Where they go. Thing was sitting up for a while, so the seals, you know, they kind of gave it up rapidly after I started riding it again. I have to replace that cotter key. Put this with the rest of them. Right there. Got that. Pretty grimy, huh? Wash that up good. I got some new brake parts cleaner that somebody sent me. They want me to try out a new brand. Not available in the stores yet. I'm gonna try that on there, see what that does. Clean it up nice. I'll take this loose, brake cable loose, get these off, front wheel off it, and get the forks loose. Got any questions? Oh, howdy, folks. Let's see. Howdy, what's up, Ryan? Motorcycles, heck yeah. Not so much cars. Hey, they blend over. We're gonna twin turbo just chilling in the back. Right, that's right. Here's a little more for you. An exhaust exit there, wastegate there, and it's got on this other side the same way. Twin 76s on that. We'll get that after a while. I'm gonna get this front end apart at least, and then I've never changed fork seals on this thing, so this is a first for me, and that's fine. It's not that, you know, difficult. It's just nuts and bolts, right? It'll be all right. Ooh, it's tiny, like 4 millimeter or something. I guess. Here we go. Very good. There's a nitrous big block Impala behind this. I was out cruising last night, as y'all saw in the thumbnail. My 4-door 66 Impala. It's nice. I went to a no prep race about 2 weeks ago. I drove it there 2 hours to its track. They had a no prep race, and I drove the car 2 hours there with the slicks in the trunk, or in this back seat with all my stuff in the trunk. Nitrous bottles, 4 bottles, and it's got 3 stages of nitrous on it, big block, and iron-headed big block, old school, carbureted, and went to the semifinals with it. Really sweet. Probably put this in here. It performed great, and then I drove it all the way back. I'd say it's pretty successful, driving a big block 4-door car with bench seats to a no prep race on 28s and then competing. It's pretty good. Put this over here. There we go. Out the way a little bit. I was pleased with my performance, needless to say, or the car's performance and mine after not racing in a very long time. It was cool. Right out the gate, performed good. And then I hadn't driven it for 2 weeks since. It's been sitting around, so I decided to fire it up yesterday and change the plugs and all that. Gosh, did it run great. I said, wow. Great throttle response. Just a fun time. Went on the highway and was riding around. Did a little extra mashing on it than normal. Usually I just kind of old man it around. Last night I was kind of gooning a little bit. That was fun here and there. Give it the beans out on the highway. I did notice after I drove it up and down the interstate, a certain section of interstate, I came back and parked it. I got in my truck, went back out, and there was Georgia State. The State Patrol was all over that section of road. And I'm like, oh, all right then. I picked the right time to have a little fun. I wasn't doing anything too crazy anyway. I did little, ram a jam on hot rod, right? That's the thing about bikes. Like, I love riding. In fact, I'm gonna go and admit it. I actually like riding more than I do racing my car, and I've had that car a long time, since 2006, and raced a lot in that. I made a whole big career and all this stuff out of it. Anyways, which I don't do anymore, which is sweet. I just do it for fun now. But I enjoy the off-road stuff more because you can use it more. Like, for instance, last night, yeah, I got on motor. I was able to have a little bit of good, of kind of a fun time in the big block car, in the Impala. But it's rare. It's way too fast to be just jamming everywhere. You cannot drive these cars like this. And it's got a bunch of nitrous on it. You can't spray any of it anywhere around. They don't make enough road traffic. Like it, there's very few places you can use that. And those places are well known by people that use them. There are these kind of cars there, like in the streets. And they're also well known by the people who don't like it. So I avoid all that. I don't go to any hot spots and that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't like that anymore. I don't care. But the dirt bike, I can let this thing eat as much as I want anytime the terrain will allow it, right? And so this is so much more fun. There's no limitations. There's no speed limits out there. There's no rules. There's no traffic. There's not this, just you, and don't crash in the woods. And I love it. And I love the desert riding too. But woods is so fun. I really love woods and enduro stuff. So I'm going to do a lot more of this and a little bit more of the car stuff too. I'll do some of the cars. I won't disappoint on the channel, the 4Doorsavage channel. Can't let people down. I got a lot of people that really like that thing. And then this turbo car too. It's, well, that fired up probably Tuesday. We had some fuel leaks on it. These O-rings, a couple of O-rings, had 4 or 5 O-rings. They were seeping from sitting. 85 dried them out. Hey, shh, shh, shh. It's a male truck. Deal with it. Anyways, O-rings just showed up, so now I'll swap those and get it ready for my brother comes back, and we'll start this one up here. It's just a freshen up. It's been running he's had the car since '91, and it's been running since on that motor for about 10 years now, maybe almost 12, maybe 11 years now. Built that motor. All we did was a freshen up, 2 pistons, a set of rings, bearings, and added turbos. It had nitrous on it. We had 2 stages on this thing. Ran really good. 5-second, 8th mile car. And now it's got turbos. It'll run better. Even though I love nitrous, I got a lot on mine. I like it. It's fun. I spray a 550, 575 shot right now. I'm going to change it up to fuel. It runs on 85. I'm going to change it up to, I call it fuel gas, C23 race fuel, nitrous fuel instead. And spray it a little harder. Next go around, a little more horsepower is there. Whenever that may be. Let's try to come catch up on y'all's comments. What we got? Let's see. How much horsepower? I mean, the turbos will support 2,000. The bottom end will support way past that. And as far as quality of internals, it's got Crowder billet rods on it, carburetor, fueling system, everything. It's all good for 2,500 horse except the turbos. That's the limit. We're on 276s. Have I been to Yellow Belly? No, but I will. I look familiar. Yeah. I know. I've been around, Chris. I do. I have. You've seen me places, but not Yellow Belly. Went yesterday. Perry APV. That's cool. Sounds like a really good watchdog. Oh yeah, she don't play. She is incredible. Amazing dog. All right, little bear. Yeah, you want some pet? You want pets for the people? Yeah. You do. Oh my goodness. I think the dogs bark at mail trucks particularly. It's not about the mail person or the UPS people. It sounds like growling. You have a large object in it. It's emitting growling noises. That's why animals, and dogs in particular, bark at it, because they think these things are aggressive to them in particular. I think it's just something they need to get away from us. So it's not that they have anything against male people, the male, the folks in the uniform. They just think that they're growling at them all the time. Dog psychology. Let's get the front wheel off, huh? I'll break these loose first, and then get the front wheel off. I'll get everything loose. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a mail truck. Thank you, babe. There you go. Good girl. I even noticed my fork shifting a little bit. I was on it pretty hard. They're starting to creep on me. I'll have to tighten these up and put a little Loctite on them and stuff. I'll put it back together, a little blue Loctite. Put an Allen head wrench there. I'll loosen that up before I break those loose. Learned that as a kid. My ultra safe fuel can, right? Stand over here. It'll be all right. Just don't mess up. Very good. Okay. Oh, somebody must have they replaced the bolt on that side. I got to see an Allen head in the middle and 2 10s, and this side has 3 10s. So somebody's been doing this thing pretty good. It's actually got a EXC 350 motor, which is 363 cc's, in a 2007 250. There's a 250 bike, a 350 motor in it, and it eats, and I love it. Yeah, I'm going to get this thing done here by Sunday and get, or by today rather, and go riding tomorrow. I got some stuff to do, business to handle up north, and it's perfect place to go ride. Looks like this one is the nut. Interesting. Yeah, back in my day on the old Yamahas, I'm used to riding really old vintage bikes. I haven't had too many newer model bikes. I think the newest thing I had was like a 93 CR 125 or something, but I had all old school big bore stuff, 400s and 480s, 490s, all kinds of old air cooled stuff. So this is like riding a spaceship. It makes it so easy. It's like effortless. You can just flick it and do huge step ups and jump. I mean, it's awesome. Can't wait to start doing some onboard footage from this. Let's see. Need a metric wrench set. Go get a metric wrench set. Off camera. All right. Metric wrench set. I may need to loosen these 10s here, possibly, but we'll see. Nope. A little bit of pressure. Okay. Gonna rock backwards a little bit, and sit back on the back tire once I get this off of here. That's my only, concern. Make sure it's nice and stable on the back. Yeah, Dodge is pretty cool though. I already made a bunch of power on the page that you're watching on right now. If you go look at the videos or give me a sub, you're going to see this red car, this Dodge, outrunning a pack of 1,000cc motorcycles 3 times in a row. A whole pack. Not no maybe win. The gap ties them, boy. I hope they're watching because we want to do it again with this combo instead. A little more spice. The nitrous. They had one motorcycle. It was all carbon ZX10, like stage 2, something. And on the third pass is on nitrous on one kit. On the third pass, obviously bottle pressure dropping. I mean, he was just able to one bike, like right there, the 140, 142 or something like that. We cut it off. He's right at the front of the car. So right here and gets there one bike length as the bottle pressure drops. But R1s, BMW S1000 RRs, Ninjas, they had a whole pack of leader bikes. And I know they ride in packs of leader bikes because 600s ain't got no truck racing down or hanging out with leader bikes. They can't even keep up for the most part. So all leader bikes, and My brother right there with that red car. Put that thing to work. When that's on nitrous. Now it's got boost. So we're gonna go to the rollers and look for some power numbers. You know, I'm looking for 1300 to the hub. You got these new dynos now where you can take the wheels off and they actually have a flange on the dyno and it rolls up these two boxes and they roll to the side of the car and they bolt onto the hub. There's no wheel slip that way. It doesn't have any spin on the tires. When you're making big power, hooking it up on the dyno becomes a problem. You start putting people in the back, weight in the back, but then you start getting limited on how much you can put in there because now the tire starts to ball, cup down on the roller. It no longer has this, as hard as you mash it, it starts to ball. Then it starts to wad up on the front side. Now it starts pulling the motor down. It's like a bunch of restriction and drag. It's about 1,000 horsepower. Rear wheel dynos start becoming like hard to manage. To be honest, I've had 3, so I know what they do. And if they're loaded, I have to put resistance on it, it's even worse. But those are the best for tuning. Loaded dynos. I jetted this up. Speaking of tuning and dyno, I did put some jet in this thing, and boy, did it like it. It's got a carburetor on it, probably from a 250. So I went up 5 numbers on the idle or the low speed. I went up a lot on the mid. Like, it's massive. It's bigger than any jets I could even find. I just drilled it out to what the main jet was, close to what the main jet was. I think it's like a 110 now drill bit that I ran through the mid range, and then I got a 162 in the high speed, and it's really happy. Keep adding fuel to it, runs out of power. Let's see. Thanks, dude. They say really go watch. Let's see. Hi, good evening. Yes. Like, thanks, hub dyno. Yep, accurate. Yep, 450. No, it's a 250 with a 360 motor. It's a 350 cc or 350 cc KTM EXC motor from a 2018 or so in here, and then a 2007 250 XFC-W wood bike. Fast. It's really fun. And there he had this tire off. This wheel off. What we got here? Oh, look. More hardware inside. Whoever would have thought. Ah, it spins. What is this? Sorcery. I don't know. I'm just going to take stuff apart until it's apart, right? Never serviced, not even the front tire on this bike. I've serviced the back one a bunch. Lord D, have I serviced the back tire? Interesting plug of some sort. Ah, just a crud plug, it looks like, for the axle tube, maybe. Take a peek. Light always helps. There's a cool little light here, icon. Hey, look at that. All right, let's take a peek. What do we got in here? Anti-crud plug that did not keep crud out. That's not too bad. Got a plug on the other side too, it looks like. Must be some kind of sleeve. Interesting. All right then. It comes out one way or another. Usually it'll thread out from one side, also thread in, and then put it. Yeah, that's okay. When you're not in a hurry, it just, it's not that big a deal. Take your time. Don't do anything stupid. If stuff doesn't move, don't force it, right? Look it up, but it'll move. Oh, is that some sort of a? No, sorry. I'm used to car stuff, adjustments. Didn't know it looked like some sort of adjuster, but it ain't. It's a plug, as I suspect. Interesting. Really just go get an actual socket. What a novel idea. Might do that. I'll just push it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Looks like it just slides out from this point. Need something to remove that with. Some more questions. Bull taco. KTM. Which, is that the same? Maybe. Not quite certain. Gas. I hear that Husqvarna and Gas are similar. Like they use a similar, the forks, I guess the forks are the same or something like that. What I've got, the kit I got coming for it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it must be a sleeve that just threads out of here then. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, let me get something to push that out from the other side, something really long. And I can find a little rod to drive through there with a hammer. Maybe a couple extendos. Hey, that might get in there. Maybe one. Number one. Yep. Cool. Fork trying to come out already. Hey. Looks like that. Now. Very good. Wheel. I could pressure wash that, I'm sure. Take my stability. Not bad. Just don't be stupid. Yes. Cool. These things are, I mean, if I can do this, I'm pretty sure it's not any good. Even start hitting the bump stops hard. Doing the cluck. I call it the cluck. Cluckety cluckety. It just thing just sounds like a chicken when it starts banging on the top of the strut there. It's really not good for it. Beats them up pretty bad. So, oh yeah. You ride, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, Allen head over here to complete the package. See what we have with them metric Allens. I bet we do. Got some around here, by golly. Let's see. Where is that? Oh yeah. Check the toolbox. You know, too much call for metric around these parts with all the hot rods and whatnot. Of course, the one I need is going to be out. And it's going to be in here someplace. It's right there. Once I get to where, like, I'm told I'm quick, I'm pretty quick on this thing. People tell me, I know I'm quick, but when I know that I'm fast, I'm going to enter a race, a woods race, 40 and up. Yes, I'm over 40. 40 and up, C-class amateur woods race. I've been riding all my life, but I've never actually raced in a actual competition like that. We did a ton of exploring and adventuring and riding hard out in the desert, for sure, in the mountains. Okay, the left side fork, grimy. Need to wash these up before I service them. Is there somebody out there, Bear? I hear voices. Who's that? You gonna tell? Nope, it's neighbor. Yeah. So now the tutorial on YouTube University was telling me how to rebuild these things. Dude, looked like he knew what he was doing. Seals ain't here yet. But what I will do is pick this stuff up, put it in its proper place, and then get ready to maybe turn the camera around and break these forks down possibly, or wash them up or something. Y'all want to see me ride this thing? I'm going to start doing a lot of helmet cam stuff, GoPro and helmet cam stuff on this bike. And then I have another YouTube page besides this one that many people don't know about. And I'm going to put a lot of that on there. I'll steer traffic from the 4Doorsavage page over to that page with it. And there'll be a bunch of it. I know car people like dirt bikes and off-road stuff, and off-road and dirt bike people like car stuff that blends. But I don't want to put too much of it on the car page. But I really like this. There's a lot of footage going to come up on my other one. Okay, we got the axle assembled. There's my driver tool. The axle. In fact, I'm going to put the axle right back through the front wheel in the direction it goes. That way none of the spacers and wheel bearing spacers and all that fall out of it. Been known to happen a time or two on those old school Yamahas I used to ride. You're like, oops. Okay, these are all grimy. What we'll do is we'll take this stuff right out here and wash it. It's too nasty to break apart and expect it to actually put back together sanitary. So I'm going to move this stuff out there. I'll move the camera around, get the washer out, and let's pressure wash some stuff. What's up, little bear? Let's see what the peoples have to say. Let's see. Voltaco, I'm used to cars, not much bikes. Yeah, Chris, I know it, right? So, start the cars yet? Yep. Games, I believe. What are you doing? Turn the car on. That one's not ready. It needs O-rings. That O-ring replaced. 4 of those and 4 small ones, which I happen to have in a box right over there on the car. Came in yesterday. All I gotta do is do that, and then it'll be ready to fire. Yes. However, the one in the back, the other car, I drove it last night. That's what the thumbnail was. Bringing y'all here was that car. Green 4-door 66 Chevy Impala. It's a big block nitrous car. And it's really fun. Got 3 stages on it. Here's the Dodge. Yeah. No, I can't, because that O-ring, I need to put those O-rings over there in the carburetor before I start it. The other one is nice and tidy, all wrapped up back there. I'll take y'all back and show it to you, but right now I got stuff I'm doing, you know. What up, Flea? What up, cat? Hey, baby. What up, yo? Hey, yeah, I know. Good to see you, too. I'm gonna get these forks over here. I'll make another video soon on the actual driving the car itself. Don't want to damage anything here. No. Like, see some marks, but I can't feel them. These seals ain't gonna probably last so long here. Yo, that's working. Wow. Hey, the rain's right on time. Maybe we can get everything rained on too. That's okay. What I'm looking at on these is, I don't know if y'all can see it, but can you see the, you probably can't see it. There's a little bit of heat, like tarnishing here on it. Interesting. I'm gonna need to, wonder if that's something to do with maybe the bushing inside. Probably the bushing. Yeah. But I'll go ahead and put seals in it, but now I know I may need to maybe have these things turned like 1,000 or something. Maybe I could turn them 1,000 and then replate them. I've got a company that can do that. Can actually not just turn it down, but plate it with a super hard plating and bring it right back to spec. I could do that if necessary. Let's see. To pressure wash or to just spray wash? What shall it be, folks? Let's see, I heard that of that setup when I was a kid. Love the RB. Oh yeah. Thinking about the Impala. Is it raining? Yeah, it's got a couple little sprinkles. Sprinkling. I'm gonna grab the hose. Tell you what, I'll grab this too. Camera here. Let's go right up there. There. Shut that for the sake of dog. Nitrous fill station here. Here's the about last night. Right there. We're on so good.
great. And anyway, that's the slicks I run on it. That's the hard tires on it now. Got slicks on it. Runs good. Good for the let the horsepower perfume out. Yeah, dog sneezing just like that. I know. Thanks. And small block, man, nothing beats a big block, dude. It just doesn't. No replacement for displacement. People say, oh, I mean, I've outran a lot of cars with that car. I've had that thing since 2006. When I came down south, it was 52 and 7 or 50. I think it was 52 and 7 on the win loss, and that was back in like 2010. So 15 years later, you can imagine. But there's been small blocks have a hard time. Big block on big block crying is usually what you're going to get. But I just outran 2 LS turbo cars, went to the semifinals against a field, an entire field of LS turbo cars, whole field of them. I went to the semifinals with a 30-year-old worn out nitrous big block with a bunch of used nitrous parts on it in a 4-door car with bench seats. A big 4-door, not some Fairmont or some Tater Chip now. G-body, like big car. So, hard, you know, it's like stock block, stock crank, rods and pistons, it looks like in there. I never even had the heads off. So, it's hard to mess with them big blocks, man. It really is. Even turbo LSs they can't, no. You can wait till somebody turbos with big block. Plenty of people do it. You know, guys are, right now, 540 inches with twin, I think 80s, twin 80 millimeters on it. Big block Chevrolet and big cars and stuff. Lots of that. Big block. Ain't no small block. I've been small block with it. Factory stock. Complete 283 Power Glide 10 bolt 3-link car. And that's built the whole thing. It had many motors in it. You know, I had a 355, a nitrous, and then a better 355 with more nitrous. Then a 434 with more nitrous, small block. And a 565 with way more nitrous. There's 3 kits, 800 shot on 3 kits. And then a 706-inch big block, all aluminum, with 700 shot on 2 kits. And then this old used Facebook Marketplace engine on 2 kits. Really 2. I'm taking one off. It's pointless. I'm just being real. The 3rd kit is not very sustainable for such an operation, you know. That motor is just a regular old, you know, marketplace engine meant for cruising around, not making a bunch of power. But it's on a 600 shot, roughly 550-ish, 600. Just a hose. I'm not gonna get the pressure washer out, but I am gonna try some of the cool brake cleaner that was just discovered. I'm gonna want you to try. Let's try that first. Brake cleaner with a rag. Do that. Excuse me, Bear. I've never tried this before. This may be coming up at a O'Reilly's or AutoZone near you. Something like that. I guess there's some sort of a spray deal, you know, some sort of pump or a spray. I should probably have. Woof, woof. Smells very lacquer thin air-ish. Oh my word. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Smells nice and spicy. I should probably put some on this. Got to soak a little. Come back and see what that's stuff. Yeah, it must be some sort of a spray can I'm supposed to have, I'm sure. I don't waste it, but it's okay. Get the hose. Spray it. Oh, the Dodge? Yeah, I mean, I built it, man. Built all of it. Yep, you got that right. All right. Yeah, I got y'all. All right, I got you. Let me see where I lost the sound. Okay, I got you. The mic must have died. I got you. Okay, I was saying about the Dodge. All right, I'll rewind. I can remember. Check this out. So the Dodge has got aftermarket block. It's got gangster cylinder heads on it. It's O-ring block with 6-bolt head, 6-bolt block. It's got a Crower crankshaft that was custom built just for this because they don't offer an enduro crank, which is like a 3,000, 3,500 horse capable crankshaft for screw blown nitro vehicles. It's got one of those crankshafts in it with Crower billet I-beams, Crower billet cam, the best of the best of the best of the best. Turbos obviously make infinity power. And yes, this car on a tight track would outrun that car in its state, how it sits right now. Stock block, stock crank, 32-year-old iron heads, unknown condition internals, cheap eagle rods maybe in it, I hope. Used nitrous junk, but he still hasn't beat me yet in the streets. That's my brother. We've been racing a long time. He's gotten very close, but he has not outran that car from a stop on the street. Tight track, sure, he's got enough. Sticky track, I mean loose track, like we like to race in street. Now he's got enough to be a problem, but I still like old 4Doorsavage over there a lot. So it's a pretty tough unit. That thing's been racing heavily since 2006, and he's mostly driven this car and cruised it, and just had fun with it, but not hardcore racing. So there's a lot more race miles under that one than this one. And once a big block guy goes in Han Yi Whirlybirds right there and puts them on a big block, even with a stock block, it just raises the bar yet again. You go with the aftermarket block, billet rods, gangster crank, O-ringed heads on it. Small block, it's cool and it makes tons of power, but it'll never make as much as an actual thugged out big block. I mean, gosh, what do you want to do? Get 833 cubic inch motor and put 291s on it. I mean, this is possible in today's world, but you cannot get that kind of cubes out of any small block. You can go to CFE. I think CFE has a 600 cubic inch small block. They claim is a small block, like crazy bore spacing and all kinds of cool stuff. You can get 600 inches there, but I can buy a 1200 inches now. It's ridiculous. So no replacement for displacement. That's for sure. I love them. I had plenty of small blocks. I had fast ones, 434s and 355s. I went 6.0. So I went a 604. I think a 604 with a 434 inch motor, solid roller, pump gas, drive around car. That car right there, heavier than it is now, or at least the body wise, probably not heavier because I got a big block and a big gangster transmission and 9-inch. But anyways, in that configuration, I went a 604. That was back in 2012. It's on my page way down the bottom, and it's listed as September of 2013. But back in those days, you would save videos for years because you would not want your opponents to see a straight grudge racing, street racing. There was no kind of let it out, no times talking. It was get it how you live, bet money, and it was all about hiding things. So that video is posted even later, but that's flying in the street. Where do y'all see it in the highway? From even back in 2013, it was pretty nasty. 2012. It's gone a lot faster since. Is there still no sound? What in the hell? Okay, now there is. Okay, highway and the roll hill. I guess there's something crazy going on here. What in the hell? Is this audio working or not? Did anybody catch anything about Chris? Did you catch anything about what I said about big blocks, stock blocks, and aftermarket Dodge blocks? It takes aftermarket blocks to compete with factory big blocks and all that. Put turbos on a light. It's just you can't compete with cubic inches. You just cannot. All right, I'm back. Yeah, you can't compete with cubes, especially. I mean, he hasn't beat me yet, and that thing's been through a lot of different versions: small blocks, big blocks, big. I had a 706-inch motor and all that, and there, a bunch of nitrous. So, small blocks are awesome. They can make tons of power, but then you just do the same exact stuff to a big block, and it just makes more power. Let's see, highway in the roll. Yeah, on the highway, absolutely. Then you have exhaust, just dump. No, it's downpipe right there, and then the wastegate there. The same on the other side. That's your exhaust. It's working. I'm sorry you're in a mental hospital. Sorry, dude. That sucks. Get your mind right. Read Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Anyways, yeah. Top end on 340 is unlimited. Not even 340, Chris. That's a 416-inch motor with 245cc runner heads, all billet everything. I mean, billet Crowder rods, and the crankshaft is an Enduro Crowder crank. And it's those, if you know anything about Enduro Crowder crankshafts, they run them in blown nitro cars. They run them in trucks, pull-in trucks, anything with mega pull on that crankshaft. That's what these crankshafts are ran in. They didn't even offer it for a Dodge. They had to cut it from a small block Chevrolet forging chunk. So it's pretty serious. He's got all the good stuff. Yeah, definitely. He might even get me on a dig now, but I mean, he's had this thing since 91. I've had that since 06. We had plenty of time to run each other and get this dang hose. Yeah, we got the transmission. What up, cuz? There it is. In there. All billet internal 518, everything. I mean, it's huge bread inside this transmission. Billet valve body, trans brake, billet input shaft, intermediate, 6-pinion planetaries, the whole 9 yards. Drive shafts shortened in it. There's the O2 sensor dang-a-langin'. Need to ring that all the way up and put it right there.
QA1's on, everything pretty close to go. We'll get the brake swapped here soon. And anyway, yeah, it's up in there. Maybe it's on a gun. Now, Chris, these things are fast. I mean, small blocks will ride, dude. It really do. It's not to be taken lightly, especially that thing. It will pull me on the highway. I promise you. He's got 350 gear. He weighs a little less, and it's going to have probably 500 more horsepower. I assure you, it will get away from me on the interstate. But the chassis on that one is just such a gangster suspension setup on there that I've got. It just eats. It just straight dump it all, and it just eats so hard out the gate. And it's really hard to catch that in 1/8 of a mile. This one top speed, third with the gear ratio. It's all been sorted. A little math here. Top of third is 176 miles an hour at 7,200, and then we got a fourth gear, overdrive, all billet, good stuff in it. We can actually make power in overdrive. We do not have to take it easy in overdrive. We can supply massive amounts of torque to the overdrive unit. It's a super built overdrive unit. It's got extra clutches and all sorts of gangster stuff in there. So really, what, 220, 220, 215, 217, something like that, 200 some mile an hour. But the aerodynamics are going to be very questionable. And we've had it up over 150, and it's straight as an arrow. It's just a rocket ship. But we haven't pushed it all the way to ludicrous yet. I'm sure he will. I'm not riding in it. Not a chance. Not at that speed. When he starts racing people now, I'll just play chase car with this. I'm not riding in that thing. No thanks. How much per 100 am I cramming? Not sure what you mean by that. How much per 100 am I? I mean, I'll just tell you what we're shooting for on power wise, right? And I'm looking for 1,300 to the hub. When we take the tires off, we take the dyno that got a hub dyno that bolts on the side. A big unit sits over here, and no wheel slip. And I'm gonna call it at 13. I shouldn't say that. Maybe 1,400 to the hubs. I'm gonna call it right around 1,400 is what I'm gonna say. That's enough. Unless it's still on relatively low boost, then we'll keep climbing, and how the tune looks and all that. I thought I mentioned I want to be bands need the help. That's okay. Make it live. Man, all you gotta do is just make it. Like, that's all I do. I'm not even, I'm just some guy in his garage working on his KTM in his, well, now my bare feet. That's all it takes, man. Just get on here and be yourself. That's it. No big deal. Really not. If it's entertaining, people like it, they'll watch it. Engage. That's the help I can give. Engage with people. Talk to folks. How much boost? I know it's it's a V8 and it's 416 inches. Got two 76mm turbos on it. Oops. So each turbo will support 1,000-ish by itself. I do know that. Yeah. Stuff worked pretty good for just dribbling it on there. The brake cleaner. No pressure washer or nothing. That's pretty good. Still going to hit it with a wire brush. All that good stuff. Yes, sir. I was on a Facebook Live, and Billy Hoskinson, he gets on there and he's like, "Get on YouTube Live, will you?" And I'm like, all right. I jumped off of there and haven't done it on YouTube since. This is fun. It reaches more people, random people from across the world. And I really like seeing where people are from and what people do and don't like and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. It really is. Let's put this here so I can do a little scrubbing on these things. Let me get a brush. Where would I have a brush? Back here. Love my dog. As soon as the gate is shut, she's up on it and kind of aggressive about it. But when the gate is open, she sits back away from it and lets me know that everything's safe because I got the gate open. Don't worry about it. As soon as that gate goes shut, we got ourselves a guard dog. Oh, yeah. Nice. Just a little bit of mud. Yep, I love being on my bare feet. I do. Working like a kid in like Indonesia or somewhere. I don't know. I don't like shoes so much. A little bit of caveman in me. Not so shabby there. Do it with the utmost care. As I ride the absolute beat the brakes off this thing. That's what they're for, though. Riding them hard. I don't like to just put around. That's so boring. I got to have some challenge, some exercise going on. So I ride hard. I'll ride so hard that I'll be huffing and puff. I mean, just sweat pouring down. It's like I'm running a damn triathlon. It is nuts. I love it. Go hard out there in the woods. Absolutely the best. Okay, let's he's in shape now. Ah, yes. A nice day. I really can't wait to go riding tomorrow. I'm geeking for that. Love it. I try to go riding about 3 times a week, maybe. At least 2. Now that I've really decided to get back into it, I'm just gonna ride pretty much every time I can. Every day I can get a chance. Maybe since they had some sign of like some bushing wear or whatever, maybe I'll rotate the forks or something, spin it, maybe put the bushing on the other side. I'm sure some of y'all probably know a lot more about this than I do. It's okay. I haven't rebuilt forks in 30 years. Oh, yeah, there we go. I like these front forks on here are 30-way adjustable. And in the race car world, like 21-way, 24-way are pretty nice. So 30 ways, I was like, wow, infinite tunability. I made some tuning adjustments and really picked my speed up out there. I mean, a lot. The last couple times I went out in the woods with this thing. I'm dropping the sprocket, gear ratio down. It's got a little bit too much gear for first to be very useful. So I'm getting after dropping it down so I can use first, run it out a lot harder in first gear. I like to keep my speed up in the woods. I pretty much don't ever put my feet down. And if I put my feet down, you're going too slow. So I always try to keep a really mean clip up out there. For me, I don't know how fast it is, or, but for me, it's pretty fast, I reckon. Okay, pretty clean. Let's wash out these. That's nasty. Let me get some of that brake cleaner in there. That's pretty gross. Answer questions. Who's got the questions? Let's see. YouTube Live is a new thing? I don't know, man. It's just a thing. I'm up to 3,900 some subscribers, just growing the channel bit by bit as ever it naturally grows, and just doing things to attract more people and stuff. And I like engaging with folks, and if I can make somebody's life a little easier by giving them some sauce, some knowledge, I will. It used to be a bunch of withholding knowledge back in the early days because it was a bunch of competition, and now I want everybody to win. So I'm doing it with certain intentions. I'm not sure what everybody else is, but that's what I do. One convertible Corvette. Oh, that's cool. Twin turbo direct port nitrous. First build template. Nice. That's what's up. Okay, so first I'm gonna get some of this water out of here. Yeah, anybody can go live, just on now. I don't know if it's a thing or not. Even though I do YouTube some, I actually don't follow like damn near anybody. I do other things. I'll video myself, and do lives and make videos, so it's entertaining and fun. But as far as like watching other stuff, I'm actually more into enjoying the items I got, or doing stuff, life, hiking, just great shit. So let's do this as another thing to do. I'm gonna build these forks anyways, right? So might as well go live doing it. So at least somebody can either get entertainment, get a laugh at me, go ahead, whatever, it's just stuff, get people information. Never know who it might help or who might help me. I've been helped by some folks on these lives, have actually helped me, like, even like what I got on this motor on this dirt bike. It's a motor swapped dirt bike, and somebody knew what it was from just one of these lives. That was pretty cool. So definitely just nice all the way around. But yeah, I heard though that some people are doing like lives. Like I heard this one guy somewhere sleeps. He goes live. He puts his live on when he sleeps, and he has a bunch of people that watch him sleep. It's so weird. But I don't know. Maybe it's weird to watch me work on stuff with my bare feet. I don't know. Maybe nothing's weird. Maybe everything's weird. But hey, it works for him. I guess it's cool while he sleeps. So that's interesting. Billy told me that. Billy's like, man, there's a guy that sleeps, goes live while he sleeps. I said, come on. He said, yeah. He said, people asking him questions, asking him to do stuff, and he's out cold. And people are just, hey, do this. And he obviously won't do it. He's out cold. I said, man, stop. He's like, I promise. I'm like, wow. And what? Oh, that's fun. All right. There's a market for all of it, right? All sorts of entertainment. So I guess probably millions of people. Maybe they can't sleep, so they're watching him sleep. I don't know. I need to find this guy. It's hilarious. So, dude, you have the perfect business model. Definition of making money while you sleep, that's him. Kudos, sir. That's great. Clean it all up nice just to go get it all dirty. What I need to do is put some like crazy wax on here, and then maybe it'll help shed off the mud and dirt. Oh, what's that stuff they got? What is that? They call it ceramic coat. Hey, I bet you if I ceramic coated all my plastics, this thing would just be just slicker and all get out. Interesting thought. Might have to buy a little bottle of that spray on stuff and give it a whirl. Make it slippery. Fenders and guards and stuff. Get the dirt off easier. Won't stick to it at all, probably. I'm also pretty excited to change the spring rate. It's really heavy for me. I got to ride super to the back, like a lot of rear weight bias, climbing hills and stuff, or hitting jumps, because it'll got a lot of rear spring. I want to kick you off the front, so it wants to kick me off the front. And these forks weren't helping either. The seals haven't showed up yet, but that's okay. Don't need them yet. And, after these are all clean, I'll probably jump off live here and get on YouTube University on how to break these down in the proper stages again, right? More than likely, and continue on with that business. But they're not clean yet. Who does my tuning? Me. All tuning, building, welding. I've had 3 chassis dynos in my life. I was a company, and now I'm just a guy with some like cool fast stuff in his garage. The results of once being a professional builder, tuner, chassis dyno shop guy, owner. So now this is the result of many years of experience from the early 2000s, 90s, even late 90s or 2000s, all the way up into today's world. I cut my teeth on tuned port Camaros, A9L chipped Ford Mustangs, 5-liter Mustangs. Then it got up into tuning GM cars, and the LS came out, and I had Tuner Cat and Motes.net and all that software for the old, chip burn stuff. But then it turned into Diablo Sport for the Fords, and then they started supporting GM. I did GM, a ton of stuff. I was tuning General Motors cars before HP Tuners existed. If you know what HP Tuners is, then you know about them. And before they were even a company, I was tuning GM cars. They weren't even existed yet, so it gives you an idea. Not saying I'm like super great or whatever. That's just what I did for a very long time. And inevitably, if you do something for a long time, you must get decent at it. So whatever, it's cool. So it looks crazy with these hot rods and stuff. Like, why on earth is this dude, got into this? It's because I was in it a long time before this part, what you see here. Let's see. Oh, doing the Megalight, yeah. Nothing about that. That's neat. That Rev Blast is extremely potent. This stuff is, and burn your nose hairs if you got them. Okay, let's put these here. Got the fork there. I need to pad the jaws on the vise and then get to breaking this thing down. Look pretty simple from what I was looking at. Some sort of a spanner. There's a nut here, and then there's a spanner wrench for this. Get this out. So I'm probably have to make something, I'm sure. I'll probably take I could either order the tool, or depends on what I got going today, or I could just make a spanner wrench for this. For sure. I could just get a flat piece of flat, cut a hole in it, cut it off, drill a hole, and then run a pin, dowel pin in there, and in there, and pull that loose. I bet you I could do that. Sure. So I got to make a spanner wrench or something for this, and look up the YouTube University of what order to do it, because I know this nut comes off here, this comes off here, and then more inside of here. There's another nut that comes off of here, and it all comes apart. This unthreads at some point, and once that's unthreaded, then you have to actually heat this section here up. Is it 500 degrees Celsius? So, or 500, yeah, hot. So what is that, like map gas torch hot, like stupid hot? Somebody will heat this up, and then you yank that thing like a slide hammer, bow, and it snatches out of here. Then you can service your seals, and then I guess you put it in the opposite way. But that's how it looks like it works, or whatever. So that's cool. Very nice. Well, thank you all for joining me on this 1 hour and 17-minute long live. If you want to give me a sub, go on ahead. You'll get to see more of this, a lot more of this, and a whole bunch more of that right there. That car is so fun. Anyway, see you on the next one. Appreciate y'all.